Oh, hey there. Welcome back to another episode of Miggy Mike's Milagros. You're here with Miggy Mike. Alright, y'all. So, today's video, we're going to go ahead and talk about protection work. Alright, y'all. So, where to begin? Well, I guess at the beginning, right? So, what is protection work? Why do we need protection work? How does protection work, right? So, what I want to say is you should always be protecting yourself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically against dangers. You should always be guarded, in my opinion, so that way you are always ready in case some shit goes down. Now, what I want to say is when doing protection work, you have to kind of cover your bases. You have to look at things in a very strategic way. How is it that there are these point of entries? How is it that someone can attack you, right? Like, how is it that they can come at you? And you need to be able to really think, I guess, as they would say, you need to think like the enemy does in order to get ahead of that, in order to be on the offensive when you need to be, in order to keep yourself protected and guarded so that way your fortress is unbreakable. Now, what I want to say is, the techniques are going to vary, obviously, depending on the tradition that you work with. It's going to depend upon how you go about doing things and how diligent you are, and when you do those things, how often they should be done, what spirits you should call on, and that's up to your tradition. Whatever your tradition says, if you work with Hecate, if you work with Zeus, if you work with Artemis, if you work with the Loa, if you work with what are they called, like the Ungo spirits, like if you work with the spirits from Palo Mayombe, Palo Monte, Kimbisa, if you work with Conjure, if you're a folk Catholic, if you're a brujo, if you're a curandero, if you're a European or American witch or worker or magician, sorcerer, whatever it is, whatever path that you work in is obviously going to vary. It's going to make your work go a different path. But what I would say is that always make sure that you're thinking about how is it the enemy can get me, and how is it that I can stay ahead of them, and how is it that it can almost be as effortless as possible, because you don't want to be paranoid. You want to make sure that your forces and your fortress and your spiritual foundation and your loved ones are all good and all protected, but you don't want to be constantly having to worry about them. That's why maintenance is so important. Just along with the cleansing work, in my opinion, right after learning how to pray, right after cleansing, protection should be the very next thing that you learn. You should know how to protect yourself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, for sure. You should definitely know how to protect yourself so that way when you get into situations, because they're going to happen, whether it happens verbally with someone else in person, whether it happens fist to fist, whether it happens spiritually, whether it happens a battle of wits, whatever it is, there are times in our lives where we're going to have confrontation, we're gonna have to fight. That's how it goes. That's how life is, and it helps us grow and it helps us learn things that we didn't know before. So make sure that you are protected, you are well protected, that make sure that you have either a little daily routine that you do, or at least a weekly routine that you do for you or your spirits, just to make sure that you're on the up and up. Now, a simple thing that you could do if you're going to go the folk Catholic way, and this is, to me, really low maintenance, really easy to do, every day you pray over your holy water, you pray to God, you pray to the Trinity, you pray to your higher power, and we'll say it's any holy water for whatever pagan path, Christian path, whatever African diasporic path, whatever path that you follow. We'll say that this is the holy water, the holy wash, the sacred cleansing mixture, the witch potion, whatever it is. Make sure, this is what I would do, at least daily, little spiritual moon water, whatever it is, your cleansing water, right? You get your cleansing water, you do your preferred method, you pray over it however you pray over it, you pray to your spirits and stuff like this. Then you go ahead, what I would do, because I showed you in the last video, if you haven't seen the cleansing video, go watch that, so that way it'll help you with this stuff too. Pray over it as I normally would with this stuff. And then I go ahead and, after I pray over it, I go ahead and get a couple of drops, or like a couple of, in my hand like this, and then just go in a downward motion, right? And this would be once a day, once a week, depending on you. Every day is going to be good, so that way it helps you mentally. Like, you're going to have that routine where, okay, it's time to cleanse. When I wake up, cleanse. When I go to bed, cleanse. And they're quick cleansing, so you don't need a whole lot of instruments. What I have by my bedside, holy water and an oil. So all you do, put your water on, go ahead and downward motion, right? Cleanse. I cleanse. Spirits cleanse me, remove any blocks, remove any confusion, cleanse me for the day, help me remove any blocks or obstacles from the day. Then I get my condition oil, whatever condition oil you want. This is one from my elder Mama Star Casas. You can get one from whoever it is that you found reputable, whoever's work that you really think is effective and efficacious. Go ahead and get their oil. Unless you make your own, well then more power to y'all. Go ahead and get that oil. And then with this one, because this is a conjure perspective, and this is the way that I work, and it's really simple and effective, go from the bottom of my feet, and I go in an upward motion with that oil to draw that power to me, to draw it from my roots, my base, and all the way up to my crown and the top of my head. So that way I've cleansed and removed, and now I'm protected for the day. Really simple thing to do, so that way, again, you're good for the day, you're protected. There's those little routines, and then when you come home at night, do a little bit of cleansing again. Same thing, cleanse, remove any negativity, because maybe that one coworker was being an asshole and they fucking gave you the eye. Maybe you cut someone off and you didn't know, or maybe you did know it and they fucking gave you the finger. Maybe you stubbed your toe and you're so pissed off and you hold on to that, right? Because sometimes we cross ourselves up by holding on to anger, by holding on to past issues. We can't let them go, so we just feel so bottled up and we're just so fucking pissed off. And the cleansing will help to remove that. The cleansing will help to remove that anger. The cleansing will help to remove that grief, that pain, that confusion, that mal de ojo, envidia, jealousy, anything like that. With the cleansing, it'll help to remove that stuff and to get your spirit calm for the night or reinvigorated for the day. So maybe during the day you get like a strong protection oil that has maybe more like dragon's blood in it, or something that's more citrusy, so it has like that wake up and go. Then maybe at night when you apply protection oil, it has more of a lavender base, so that way you're protected, but it also helps to bring you that coolness, because you don't want to be all amped up and shit for nighttime when it's time to go to bed, but you want to be protected, of course. So make sure that you're protected, make sure your loved ones are protected. Protection work is so important. Before you do any kind of spiritual work for yourself or for your loved ones, you should learn how to pray to your spirits. You should learn how to cleanse yourself. You should learn how to protect yourself, and then go ahead and do anything else, because that is the base. The base, in my opinion, and doing this stuff, like I said, I've been doing this stuff for studying it, I think about 16 years, practicing it for about 14 years. In my other videos, I think I had said 13 years, but it's because there was studying, and then about 2 years after studying, I started practicing, having altars in my room and doing all that kind of stuff. But look, even for me, I've been doing this stuff for a while. I studied as much as I could in the beginning because I didn't want to fuck it up. You can fuck your shit up and fuck your life up or your loved ones up if you don't know what you're doing. Take the time to practice this work in order to be effective, in order to be an effective change for people, for yourself, for your loved ones. Because once you get this stuff down, not only are you going to know that you can get through these things, but you're going to be confident in yourself and in your spirits, because you know that you're going to be protected and you're going to be well protected. Make sure that you protect yourself. Make sure you cleanse yourself. Make sure that you cleanse your space. Make sure that you protect your space. Make sure that you're covered. Make sure you give thanks to your spirit. So those days that you feel kind of lazy or you forget to do it at one point, just give them a little prayer. Great spirits, I pray to you and I ask of you to protect me. I ask of you to remove any blocks from my day. Once you build that relationship with them, if you forget to do your morning ritual, if you forget to do your evening ritual, they're going to be there to help you out. Even if you don't ask them to do it, of course they're going to do it, because they have that love, that relationship. They need you in a sense, just like you need them. They need you. They need you to be okay, so that way you can help them, so you can serve them. So it's okay to ask them for help. It's okay to say, hey, I need y'all to take care of me, because, you know, sometimes my ass gets a little lazy. But you should really build that routine so that way you don't get lazy. But when those days are that you aren't at home, or you stayed the night at your friend's house, or you went out to party, you can still say a little quick prayer to your spirit, so that way they protect you and watch over you when you're out doing your thing, even if you can't be with all the rituals and all the little ingredients and all the tools that you think you need. Because the only thing that you really need is the bond with your spirits. You could even say a prayer silently when you go into that inner stillness with your spirits, to just commune with them, to ask them. And that right there can move mountains. That right there can do the work sometimes without just a silent prayer sometimes, and being sincere and really connecting with your spirit is really what you need. These tools help to amplify that power. They help to concentrate that force into a central location. They have power on their own, and when you add them to work, it makes the work a lot easier and more effective. But when you build that relationship with your spirits, you don't need any of this, really. You really don't. You just need that relationship. Build these things. These are the reasons why I'm stressing these as the foundational videos of my YouTube, because I want you guys to be confident. I want you to know what you're doing. I want you to be protected, so that way when fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry and whoever tries to fuck with you, at least you have the tools that you need. Even if you get knocked down, you know that you're going to get up, and guess what? You're going to be stronger than you were before. So when that motherfucker comes back, you're going to knock them on their ass and show them you ain't getting back up, and if you do, you're going to walk away. So make sure that you have your protections up. Make sure, if you can, do a daily routine, or at the very least do a weekly routine, to make sure that you and your space are protected. Make sure that you cleanse it. Make sure that you're cleansing yourself to remove any baggage, to remove any unwanted influences and forces. Make sure that you then go ahead and protect it. You then go ahead and add those things that you do want into your life, into your space, so that way you stay in control. So that way it's not you just going by the whim of the wind, not you just floating and oh, okay, well, I have to go with this. No, you are a co-creator in your world. You are a co-creator in the universe. You have a right to have control in your life. You have a right to be happy. You have a right to be protected. You have a right to be stable and to be optimally healthy in body, mind, spirit, and heart. You have that right. Protect yourself. Cleanse yourself. Build a relationship with the spirit so that you are always protected against anything that can come your way, so that your fortress, so that your foundation is unbreakable, unpenetrable. And all the time that people waste trying fucking with you and trying to fuck with your protection, they end up tying themselves out. Those fucking idiots will end up just digging themselves even into a deeper ditch, and then they're going to get themselves even more trouble. And then when you decide, all right, I see you. I see you messing around. I see you doing your little thing. Guess what? Now let me get up. So that way when you get up and you fuck their shit up, they know, oh shit, I shouldn't mess with that person. Oh shit, they know what they're doing, right? So just keep your protections up, having oil, different places that you can put it throughout the day. If you got a protection powder, little herbal mixture, you can put that in your shoes. Make sure you cleanse your shoes, put that in there, so that way when you walk, you're walking protected against any tricks, against any negativity, against any crossings that you might potentially walk into. Make sure you anoint your hands, so that way anything you touch, it ain't gonna have any negativity. Make sure you protect your head, because this is where our thoughts come in from. Make sure you protect the back of your neck, because a lot of envy and jealousy, when people send that mal de ojo or evil eye, a lot of it projects back here. For some reason, our stress and that kind of stuff just sits between our shoulder blades. Make sure you're protected. Make sure that your house is protected, the inside and the outside. A little technique that I do usually do, and I'll just give this to you guys really quick. Whenever I leave the house, I always make sure that when I'm locking my door, that I say a little prayer. As I lock this door, so too do I lock down my house with protection. Protection against all evil, against all unwanted influences and forces, against any and all demons and devils, known and unknown, seen and unseen, named and unnamed, so that I am protected against anything that might be coming for the day, anything that I might not be aware of, any attacks that might be coming from me or my family or loved ones. At least this way it's protected. So when I leave, it's protected, and it's like shields are up and I'm good to go. So after that, y'all, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the protection. Those are the things that I wanted to cover. Those are the things that I feel for now will get you started. You need to look into protection work. I didn't give you too many examples, really, because it's going to depend upon the tradition that you work with. Here at Miggy Mike's Milagros, after I get these 6 or 8 foundational videos, it's going to be work. I'm going to be showing you how to do trabajos. I'm going to show you how to do spell work. I'm going to show you how to do witchcraft. I'm going to show you how to do that stuff, but I'm getting this stuff done so that way you can refer to it, so that way you can go back to it, so that way you know what you're doing, you can take notes and all that good stuff. Because this stuff right here, y'all, it's taken me a while, but I learned it, and this is what I do, and this is what I know is effective. So protect yourself, cleanse yourself, protect your family, protect your home, protect your space, so that you are a conscious co-creator, so that you have a say in your life, right? Protect yourself from the evils that might be out there. And a lot of people think for some reason that people don't curse. That shit happens all the fucking time. I don't know where people get this idea, especially nowadays with the internet. There's so many people Googling shit, and all you really need to do sometimes in the beginning is have a candle, have your intention, that hate towards a person, and lighting that candle and really praying over it and thinking about what you want done. Sometimes it's all that needs to be done. Don't be a victim to someone's fucking craziness, y'all. Don't be a victim to it. Protect yourself. Watch over yourself. Make sure that you and your loved ones are protected. Whatever tradition you follow, if you don't have a specific tradition, pray to your higher power. Ask them to remove any blocks. Ask them to cleanse you in body, mind, spirit, and heart. Ask them to cleanse your home. Use things like sage if that's your path. Use things like albahaca or basil if that's your path. Use copal if that's your path. Use what is that one called? Asafoetida if that's your path. That's up to you. I'm going to leave it up to you. Whatever it is that you work with and however you do that, make sure that you're cleansed, make sure that you're protected so that you ain't got shit to worry about, so that you, your life, your family, your loved ones, your path is smooth. And it will help you and you'll be so much more at peace. And when you do the protection work regularly, it makes your life so much easier and so much smoother, so you don't got to deal with the bullshit. So you know, even if someone tries to come for you, you're protected. The other flip side to protection work, last thing here, y'all, I swear. The cool thing about protection work, a lot of the time when you do this protection work, you ain't even got to worry about motherfuckers that try to attack you. Like what I was mentioning earlier about someone like hitting your fortress or trying to fuck with your foundation. A lot of the time when your protection work is good, when your spirits really got you and you're protected, they're going to take care of it before you even fucking have to think about it. They're going to be like, oh, we got this motherfucker. We got this one. Don't even trip. They're taken care of. When you take care of them, a lot of the time when you do good, proper protection work, it's there to protect you. It's there to be that moat. So that way when people try and come at your castle, when people try and come at your kingdom, they fucking fall right into there. You ain't got to worry about them because they're impaled on the fucking stakes. If your protection work is good, it really teaches the person, whoever's trying to mess with you, to not do it again. Y'all, I hope this was informative. I hope that you gained something out of this. Always, don't forget, comment if you got questions, comment if you got suggestions, if you got other videos that you'd like me to work on or speak on, definitely let me know. I'm open to suggestions, y'all. That's all I wanted to say. Take care of yourselves, take care of your spirit so they can take care of you. Y'all, God bless you. Thank you for taking the time and doing this. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Take care of your spirit so that they can take care of you. All right, y'all. Take care.